What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. This time it's Joe Colton from the movie G.I. Joe Retaliation, and you cannot purchase this figure anymore. But other hot toys and figures, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. They offer $4 shipping for hot toys. That's $4. And if you want to, you can put them on a pile of loot so you can combine your shipping later. So you can almost save on shipping. For even at 10 items, it'll cost you $4. Plus they double box it. So head over to bigbadtoystore.com. Please use my link so they would know that you came over from my channel, to buy from them, which they're an awesome company. But head over to as we look at this box, it's one of those you see the logo of Joe Colton here. I don't know, for whatever reason I used to open my hot toys from the bottom because I was thinking if I sell them, at least the seal on the top is sealed, which doesn't make any sense. But I used to do that. I don't know why. But now I open them from the top. Whatever. But Joe Colton, it reminds me of the good old days from Hot Toys, where you buy a figure and it comes with tons of accessories. Accessories that I think they really think of, not just throwaway accessories, kind of like whatever. And you can actually attach them to the figures. I just realized that when I reviewed 4 G.I. Joes, which is Roadblock, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Joe Colton, that all of my accessories are in the figure itself. Nothing gets left in the box. And I know they did some back in the day, but I love it when it's this way. Because if I need an accessory, I don't need to dig into my accessory tackle box and whatever. Which is, if you ask me, do I like more accessories or cheaper price? I would always go for cheaper price, unless the accessory is a second head sculpt, which is changes the picture altogether of the figure. But like with this guy, it has all the, look at this scar right here. It is just awesome. It even has spare magazine. This guy comes with a gazillion magazines. It all attaches to his body. I'm not even going to showcase all of that here because I don't want to disassemble the figure, because all of them are in the figure now. This is an older figure, as you can tell, and it was a Sideshow exclusive back then. You can only purchase this at Sideshow, and it didn't sell well. So I remember buying this for maybe $150, something like that, with Sideshow reward points probably attached to it. I forgot what it is, and you can see that his PEQ. It's just beautifully mounted there, and the suppressor doesn't come off, or maybe it does. I don't know. I don't even want to try. I know it comes attached with a gun, and you can see his scope. It even has that little red plastic in there to simulate the lens. And this one, a lot of things on the gun is actually movable. As you can see, this iron sight, his stock, you can also fold it. So if you're into some just close quarter combat there, you can use this. And then this one doesn't open up. I know some guns have the buttstock open up as well, but I was surprised the switch is not working. This one used to be too. Some of the guns has this lever working, this one doesn't. And doesn't come with the, oh no, it comes with a sling, I believe. Yeah, it does come with a 3-point sling. It comes with that grip. You can see the iron sight right there as well. So everything about this gun is beautiful. If you're a gun aficionado, you would really appreciate this figure, because he got a lot. He got the shotgun, this scar, a few Kimber there, and I think that's a 1911. And then he comes with like tons of magazines, like I told you earlier. I'm not gonna show him all out here, but you can see the quality of this gun is nice as well. I believe this is spring loaded. By that I mean the slide, it just goes back whenever. I like it when it's not. Well, whatever, I don't really care. This one is it's not. Oh no, it is. Yeah. But I just like the fact, as a collector, you like it when it's moving, because if it's not one whole piece, you can kind of tell that they took their time off of it. One thing I do hate about this figure, though, not the figure and the gun, is one of my guns has his magazine just keeps on falling off. And I know it's a simple solution, maybe put a tape around it or something. But some of them are most of them are really snug. That, you got to use force, not force, but, you got to use some sort of a pressure for it to come off. But this one doesn't. And that good old stand right there, you can see you can see the foot. His foot is kind of like, it's like tan lines. You kind of saw the foot in there. He's been standing on this stand for years now. Assuming this figure came out to 2014, That means it's been what, 6 years that I've had him in a glass case, which is I never touched him. Honestly, if I would only touch them if I want to take a photo off of them. But G.I. Joe Retaliation figures, I know no one wants to see them, so I never really took them off. Them, even though I love Metal Gear, them and Metal Gear in the same case. By Metal Gear, I mean Solid Snake, the boss, and Raiden. Raiden I don't touch for a specific reason. It's because I'm afraid of breaking him. You know, like the thing with his elbows and so many movable parts in Raiden that I just, try to avoid contact with him whatsoever. Just look pretty on a shelf. That's all I'm asking from him. And as far as Joe Colton's outfit in here, it's beautiful. And that was a bit dark right there. But if you are, crafting, I know they used his jacket for Andrew Garfield jacket back in Amazing Spider-Man 2 for Kit Bash. If you're not a big fan of Colton and you can get him for cheap, there's so many parts in here that you could use. His head, most people use the head for a Die Hard, Kit Bashes. And then the inner shirt, the black shirt, it reminds me of like an Under Armour shirt. He got tons of guns. His pants you can use for, or his overall outfit, I suppose you can use for a Kit Bash for, let's say, Metal Gear for Solid Snake from Snake Eater. I know he got more of a tiger stripe, but an alternate look. You got assortment of hands for different types of guns. His boots is nice as well, even though it looks a little too plasticky for me. Back in the day in 2014, this might fly a little bit nicely, but nowadays I don't know. It's just look a little bit too plasticky for me. It's still nice though. It still would work. Same pegs, same everything. But if you are, like I said, if you're into custom and you just say you hated the movie and you can get this for $150 or even less. I didn't check the and look at that. He even has those harness and all that stuff. Extra magazine for his scar, and it has a pouch on his back like a holder. He even has this holster for his guns. Like I mentioned earlier, tons of accessories with this guy. The outfit is generic enough that you can use this for a lot of kit bashes if you wish to do so. He has no patches, so no traces of being G.I. Joe whatsoever are coming from Joe Colton. And magazines, guns, and all that stuff. I'm telling you, just the body itself, because the body is Hot Toys, and obviously it's nice. It's probably a TTM 19. Man, you'll have a field day with this guy if you can get him for, the body itself. It's legit Hot Toys. I believe it's $90. Maybe it's less now with Fison on out there, but. Some of us wanted some people's customizers still wants Hot Toys body. So, and here he is, the head sculpt, which is I think it's pretty nice. Is it Bruce Willis 100%? No, but the wrinkles and you can't mistake him for any other person. I would suppose to me, it's not a striking resemblance of Bruce Willis, but it's Bruce Willis enough that I would still get this. Honestly, now is there any better kit bashes out there or a custom head sculpt for Die Hard? Does he have? Yeah, he does have hair in the first 2 or 3 Die Hards, perhaps. I know in the last ones, like the Live Free or Die Hard, he's already bald when they shot that. So I mean, there's so many iconic characters of Bruce Willis that from Red. I'm assuming you can use this. No, not for the Travolta Pulp Fiction. You can't. I believe he does have hair on that movie, but looking good nonetheless. Does he have hair on Sixth Sense? I don't think so. But yeah, what's wrong? I think the nose is a little bit, on the thinner side. If I had to critique this face, let's take a closer look on this one. I do like the fact that he does have wrinkles, though. That's a nice plus. You can kind of see the 5 o'clock shadow on his mustache. Not necessarily his beard, but on the mustache in there. Some crow's feet. You see there from his eyes. Even his bald head, you can kind of see some shadows of hair trying to peek out, and just that's attention to details right there. You can't see his hairline though. Everyone I am curious where his hairline is as well, because it's been a man back in when it was Die Hard, the first one. His hairline is already up there, man. So I can't imagine now if he's not. I think maybe he's completely bald now. You know, maybe it's just the side of his head that's getting some hair nowadays, but still pretty good head sculpt. Again, mind you, this was done in 2014, so you know I keep on repeating that because Hot Toys has made leaps and bounds when it comes to their paint application. You can see I reviewed Superman. See that his eyes, Superman's eyes, are kind of like you know, painted by, let's say, So-So Toys, which is, it's still nice, but they're in a different level now when it comes to eyes. And here he is. I'm gonna put him in like 3 poses before we wrap this thing up. I don't even know if anyone wants to see this video. Maybe there's like 25 people who's gonna watch this video. Let's see if it's gonna exceed 10 thumbs up. Probably not. Probably get 8. And those 8 are just, you know, G.I. Joe fans, which is, that might be pushing it. There he is with his scar. So his body is, you know, I don't demonstrate the range of movement, but I'm telling you right now, there's no restriction of articulation. This is a standard Hot Toys body, so double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. The outfit is loose enough, and the fabric is just, you know, it's like a real fabric from a human being, so from a real person who's wearing clothes. So anything that you wanted, you can put him on a kneeling pose, anything whatsoever you can get out of this figure. And here he is being shot on his belly and still pointing the gun, kind of like Saving Private Ryan. There you go. But yeah, no restriction whatsoever. I didn't even try him out without his jacket on, because I know that's another display option only in his black shirt. But yeah, I don't really want to expose those elbows though, with those double jointed elbows. And as far as height comparison, this is against the Roadblock, which is, you know, The Rock is so much bigger than him. So, but there you go, guys. That is Joe Colton. So that's the alternate, I guess, look that you can put him on. It says G.I. Joe. No, that's not on his shirt. That's just a logo and that just happens to look like in the middle of his shirt. But is it a good figure? It depends on the price that you're gonna get it for. If you can get it, would I recommend this? If you're a fan, I mean, if you're like into military and all that guns, you wouldn't be disappointed. The figure itself, the head sculpt is, you know, kind of showing its age, but it's still pretty good. Accessory wise, he's loaded with it. Nice display option. The character is not that great and the movie's not that great. That's the downside. But if you're a fan of the movie or Bruce Willis, go ahead and do so. How much would I, you know, I would say 170 tops if you're going to buy this. 170 tops, that's it. But again, thank you for watching, guys. If you like this video and it helped you out, please give me a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down if you hate my voice or me in general. I hope not. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Follow me on Twitch. And you know, I'll see you guys in the next review.